Okay, so this is going to be my second build, and we are selecting a simpler design today from the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 kit, and we're going to be using one of just the core essential kits. So the first thing we are going to need is we are going to work on the wheels for our device. And so we are going to need one of our motors, and we're going to start out with one of these blue connection pegs. And this is going to go into the first hole on top of our motor, with the short end going into that hole. So it snaps in like that. Then we're going to need one of these gray bent L pieces, and we're going to turn this so that the bent piece is facing down, and on the second hole we're going to snap that onto the blue connection we just put in place. Then you will need one of the black rods that measures 4 in length. You're going to need one of the red connectors with the notches in it. And you will need one of the small blue connections. We're going to take the black rod, and it's going to go through this first location with the cross and slide that into place. And then it's going to go into the circle on the other side and stick out a bit. So you kind of want to center that so you have half out this way and half out that way. Then we're going to take our blue connection piece, and we're going to use the ends with the X, and that's going to go in down on this side. And now we're going to use the red piece, that's the circle, that will just slide over this side of our black piece. Next, we're going to need one black connector and 2 long blue connection pieces. So we are going to take our blue connector, and the long end is going to go into this hole here, right at the bend. Then we're going to take a second blue connection right next to that and do the same thing. It's right in this space, and pop that into place. We're going to take our black connector, and we're going to go right above the last blue one and just pop that into place here. We will need 2 black small connectors next, and 1 gray L-shaped piece. So you're going to take your L-shaped piece, and on the shorter end, you're going to slide it over the black and the two blue connections. It's going to snap into place, and it's going to go right over the red part on our motor on this side. We're then going to take, going in the first position, first hole of the L shape, our first black connector. And it looks like we want the wheel piece of our motor to be so that the circles are on the other side here, so that we're pushing that black piece into that circle piece below. And then we're going to take a second black connector. It's going to go into the third circle from the bottom. It's going to snap into place here. Then we're going to take a long gray piece. It almost looks like a nail. It's got a flat side on this side, and then you've got your X on the other side. And that piece is going to go into, in the center of our wheel, actually, where the motor is, and then it's going to come out this side. So that it sticks out over here. Then we're going to take one of our rounded pieces, and that is going to go right over these three connections right here. It's going to snap on like that. We're just going to set this aside for a minute. Now we're going to take a white bent piece, a blue small connector, and a gray axle bar piece that's 4 in length with one of the sides being flat. So it's that kind that looks like the nail. What we're going to do is, with the longer side pointing up, we're going to take, in this top hole, we're going to pop the crossed section in. And then in the bottom, we're going to send the gray piece through that connection. We're going to push that all the way through. We're then going to take a larger piece we've been working on, and this blue connection is going to go into this hole here, and this one's going to come through the first hole in that white piece. Like that. You can set that aside for a moment. We're then going to take one of the rectangular supports. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 6. And we will need 2 black small connectors. And so we're going to take those, and in the first hole that you can see right on the side, you're going to pop 1, And then in the last one that you can see on the side, you're going to put the other one. Then we're going to have two small connections. And we're going to use the rounded side. And one is going to go in the top hole. And the other one is going to go into the bottom hole. You want two light gray, rounded pieces. And we're going to put those so that the rounded piece faces inward on our rectangular support. And then what we want to do is we're going to have the piece we were working on before. I'm primarily working on this side, but we're going to turn it so that our connection piece is in the back and our white lever piece that we're making is on this side. We want this piece to be flush. And we're going to take the support so that our rounded pieces are facing towards this red bar. And we're going to line it up so that one of these blue pegs is going to go through here and the other is going to go through this first hole. Next, we're going to take a light gray axle piece that is 3 in length, or rod, and we're going to put it into the other side of this red cylindrical piece. And just slide that till it doesn't move anymore. We're going to set that aside. And we're going to have another motor piece. And we are going to take a blue connector. And the short side is going to go into this first hole closest to where your red motor piece is. Just snap that into place. And then we're going to take one of the gray bent pieces. That's 2 on the bend by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles going across. And we will need 2 long blue connection pieces, 1 short blue connection piece, and 1 black connection piece. And so with the short part of the bend facing downward, and this cross section, we're going to take the blue small connection piece, we're going to pop that right into there, and then we're going to skip a circle, and the circle right on the bend is going to have the short piece coming in from the back, so the long piece is sticking out the other side. And then right next to that, we're going to do another one. Actually, I think I want it the other way, where the short piece is facing us. That looks better. And then we're going to do 1 black connection right next to that. So it's 2 blues and a black. So it looks like that. And then this piece is going to line up so that the blue goes through the second hole. Just snap that right into place, like that. And that is it for part 1 of our video on this build.